Good morning, everybody. As Kenny mentioned, I'm Josh Adkins, and I'm here today on behalf of the Stewardship Committee, which is a small but mighty force of us. Some of you are in the crowd today. We thank Aaron McKinney for leading that effort and just stewarding us as a committee along the way. Today, I'm excited to introduce the theme of this stewardship season. We're calling it Sharing Our Blessings at the Table. As Roger mentioned earlier, Pastor John explains in the stewardship newsletter that when Jesus sought to give his followers a lasting symbol of remembrance and connection, he chose the dinner table. So, as you can see over here, we've got an image of that dinner table and us gathered around it. And that powerful theme and image, it not only gathers us around Christ, but also unites us as his family. Every person in this room has a place at that table. The Bible teaches us that generosity is part of who we are as a community. And just as we've been blessed by God's love, we are called to share that love with others. The newsletters that you'll receive in the mail this week also highlights how our church members have stewarded their time and talents and different treasures over the past year around our table. For example, there's a couple of things that I found as very powerful highlights. On average, 60 youth students attend Wednesday night service every week, which, in today's world, there's a lot of other things that youth students can do on a Wednesday night, but on average, 60 commit to coming here every week. This year, there were 56 baptisms, and we added 64 new members to the church. And not to mention that, 2,000 plus hours of service were completed by the volunteers across our children's ministries. I was reminded of that on Friday when Jess and I dropped our daughters, Eloise and Caroline, off for Parents' Night Out. I think that we may have had an equal number of kids here as people in the stands across the street at Plant's football game. Go PHS. I think they beat Steinbrenner something to 0. In recent weeks, our community has faced challenges from Hurricanes Helene and Milton, yet we've seen something beautiful emerge. People who have been spared from the storm have really stepped up to help our members and other people in the neighborhood and neighborhoods around here who are in need. And that's what makes the scripture passage we chose for this year's theme so meaningful. 1 Peter 4:10 says, "As each of us has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's generous grace." Stewardship really isn't just about financial giving, it's about nurturing all of God's gifts. And as we reflect on how we can share these blessings, let's come together in faith and in service. Your place at the table is reserved. We humbly as a committee ask that you would join with us to support our church in 2025 by making a financial commitment or a pledge. You can fill out a form that you receive here in your newsletter or scan the QR code to go and do that. Finally, this morning, join us for the stewardship breakfast. It's already been mentioned right after the service in the fellowship hall. Thank you.